we are Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
Yeah. Today we are going to show you what always stays in our suitcase, never comes out of our suitcase. It makes it so much easier when packing because these things are just there. We don't even need to think about them. So we're going to go through what we always leave in our suitcase when we're travelling.
Do you know what's just sprung to mind then is that people will be expecting us to bring out like a ventriloquist doll or something really spooky. Anyway, it's nothing that spooky or weird. So what we always leave in is our snorkeling gear. We always give it a good wash while we're still on board the cruise. We just put it in the shower, wash it all down, put it back in dry, and then we just leave it in the cases. Then it's a good place for it to live. So that's always there. The other thing that's always here is we have a little bag here, and this has all our, I don't know what you call this, like our doodah stuff.
It's got the magnets.
It's got the magnets in, the forever packed magnets that we wouldn't be without. And it has some scissors. Now we keep seeing videos on YouTube about people saying that the walls and doors of a cruise ship are magnetic. They're not magnetic, they are metal. So you have to buy your hooks that are magnetic.
That's right. Just the hooks are magnetic, not the walls and doors. We've got some Glen 20s, some wipes there for when we get in the cabin, which we'll show you those in the video.
So we have those wipes. I always put wipes in for the lenses, for the cameras, for our sunglasses and things because I just like to keep those clean. I have my nil odour that I always carry. That's the little fresh air thing for the bathroom. So that just has those kind of little
Those
bits
are just things
in
for the cabin, sort of like for convenience, for cleanliness, that sort of thing. Everything for the cabin to make it a little bit sort of like...
so they always stay in there.
Always stay in there.
The other thing that goes with our kind of snorkeling gear, if you like, or when we're doing sort of wet activities, we always leave our reef shoes in here.
That's right.
Again, we give them a good rinse out and a good clean in the bathroom, just in the shower, leave them out to dry and pack them away so they're always nice and fresh for when we go again.
Yep,
and
they
just
live
live in here. And Robert also has his prescription swim goggles in here as well.
Actually, whilst you're on about washing things and rinsing them, these also live in our bag. These are little hanger things. We hang them on the big hooks from the ceiling, and you just t-shirts or swimmers, whatever, just clip them in here. I think these came from IKEA. Hook them on the big hooks. We don't use them anywhere else but travel. They live in the suitcase.
And we know people with kids just wouldn't be without these because you can wash the kids' smalls and things like that and just hang them up. Just dry in no time. But we do use those to dry our swimmers and things off. Another thing I always have in here is I take little waterproof bags here, and this is for when we go out for the day, and you've got your towel and you've got your swimmers and you've got stuff like that that's going to get wet, and you don't want the inside of your bag to get all wet. So I always just have those in there, really handy, and again, I don't need them for anything else apart from when we're on holiday.
These are actually, I use these as well, but they're great for if you've got kids, and if you go in the sea with rashies on, for example, and you come out, you don't want a seawater rashie. Take them off, put a new shirt on, put them in the bag, the dry bags, they are fantastic, and nothing else will get wet.
Yeah, and if you get your shoes wet and all that kind of thing, these are invaluable. There's something that people always forget. That's fantastic.
I can see the trusty old first aid kit there, although we do have one at home. We've got a cupboard at home.
We actually have a cupboard full of first aid stuff.
But this particular one stays in the suitcase, so we're never going to fail. It's got the stuff that would cost you a lot of money if you needed them on a ship.
Yeah.
Medications, band-aids, things, if anything that you need to go to the medical centre for, we have in here, lives in the suitcase, tummy upsets and calming, that sort of thing.
What I always do is I do always check the sell-by dates. Now it lives in here, and just kind of like the week before, I'll go through all this stuff and make sure that it is all okay, stuff hasn't kind of fallen apart, or if I need to replace something, The reason I leave the stuff in here is even if there's, say, only one wipe in there, or there's only like one headache tablet or one seasickness tablet, it reminds me to go and get it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So I always just check the dates, make sure it's all still valid, and check how many, and I think I'll go and get that and I'll add it to my list. It saves my brain having to make too many lists.
What else we got over there?
Most things actually last forever.
I can see the electrics. Let's do the electrics.
The electrics always live in here again.
Because we never need them anywhere else. Where else would you need a US or European power adapter?
Plus these extra little things. What do you call these? Power boards.
Yeah. Now that is a non-surge protected power board. No cruise line will allow you to take a surge protected power board on. Some cruise lines will let you take a non-surge protected or just a generic overload one. We've mentioned this in a few videos. They're basically the $5 ones from Woolies. The surge protectors are quite expensive. If it's a $5 one from Woolies, you should be okay.
That's why
if they
it
let them
stays in here, because they are so inexpensive. Why would you risk losing that or having it at the back of your bed with something else plugged in and you can't find it when you come to get your holiday?
Like I said though, check with the cruise line. Some say no power boards whatsoever. Some say only non-surge protected. But we found that if we can take it on, we found that invaluable, especially for the laptops and everything else.
So it's all nice and clean and everything as well because it just lives in here.
That's right. Now I'm not going to go into each individual bit, but the one we've got here, which is the multi one, does have some USB ports on. Most cabins have USB ports available, but these are really handy, especially if you've only got a plug socket next to the bed. Plug your phone in there.
Yeah, they're all trying to get more USBs, but just depending on which
USB these days.
Just depends which ship you're on, whether there's enough for you. Because
so they always live in here.
So another thing that lives in our case is the bite and insect repellent, bite and sting relief, suntan lotions, and you know the little bands that keeps your the towels from blowing away. And
not sure why those live in with the sun creams, but I can sort of see it.
It's what I put.
Where
in the
else
bag.
would you put them?
Yeah, it's what I put. I just put the whole lot in our going out bag.
Go around the pool. Actually, I can see that. Yeah.
And so it just all lives in there. Same thing. It lives in here. I will then check the dates on things. Make sure they're still all in date.
Oh, especially sunscreens.
Make sure that the sunscreens are filled up, and I'll swap them over. We've got a cupboard with all our stuff that we use for the sunscreens every day and things like that. I'll just swap it over with the new stuff. But again, it just reminds you that it's there. And at a push, if we're really pushed to get ready quickly, we know we've got it. The other thing that we don't pack away is our bag of bags. Okay, so I have a whole bag of bags.
That one's a little bit different though, you probably need to.
Yeah, so these are all my packing cases, and I just put them all inside here for when I then start to pack and pack up. And I'll show you how we use these packing cases in another video, because that's another exciting video to do.
Bags we always keep in our luggage as well are our tote bags, our beach and pool tote bags.
Yeah.
So
again, these are all that they all get washed out. So we get everything washed, and then rather than fold it and put it away, we just fold these up and put them back in the case before the case goes away. Was there anything else?
Yes, this also lives in here. You'll have seen this before. We love this. This is fantastic. It is our. Whoa. Don't know where they've gone. Never mind. There we go. This is our shoe holder. It goes over the wardrobe door. Worst case scenario, put 4 big magnetic hooks on the ceiling and hang it up on there. All our shoes and little bits and pieces go in here. It goes on the inside of the wardrobe door. It's big. It holds a lot. It's a great space saver. We use it nowhere other than travelling. So consequently, we're never going to need it for anything else. And it lives in the suitcase.
But just as an extra little tip for that, if you have kids as well, lifesaver. Other
you put the toys and the games.
Other people have told us about, they put their little games and teddies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, these are really cheap. You get them off eBay or Amazon or any of those online.
And it's as light as, they're really strong, but they're so light. It looks bulky and everything, but doesn't take up any room at all. Better just put those in there. So
that's the stuff that lives in our suitcase. It is always there. We don't need to worry about it whenever we're going. All we need to worry about is our clothing and everything else, and we're going to do another video on that. But this is what lives in our suitcase all the time, ready when we need it. Nothing ever gets lost.
No.
So, if this has been useful...
I want to go away now, Robert. This is torture, everybody. Showing you all this stuff and then I'm not packing.
We're about 10 days away from our next adventure anyway. Alright, so if you've liked this video, if you've found it useful, if there's anything that you've picked up from it, please hit that like, please hit subscribe and the notification button if you want to see more of our videos.
Please put your comments below about what lives in your case. Nothing strange, please. But I know, actually, I'm sure people have different things that live in their case that they find useful. Any tips and hints that you want to share with the rest of our subscribers and viewers, add them in. We always read through all the comments. They give us a laugh. They give us a lift.
They give us some inspiration, and they do, and ideas as well.
They do.
And we do try to respond. We're a little bit late sometimes, but we do try to respond to everyone, so please bear with us if you put a comment. Okay, so in the meantime, let's have a look. What should we say? Thanks for watching.
Thank you, and take care. And if you've booked on a holiday, good for you. Happy cruising or happy holiday. Have fun and take care.
And we'll see you in the next video, so bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.